Welcome back everyone to Mount Blade Warband as the Faith Militant. I've been doing a lot of grinding. In between episodes, I have trained up our troops from mere levies to some pretty elite troops, and I've also made sure that we have enough finances to support our army. And even though the tournaments have played their part, they are no longer my primary focus, and they are by far not the most profitable way or the most valuable source of income. So today I want to show you what I've been doing, because I've been doing a little bit of trading, and I would like to show you my trade routes. But before we do that, I would like to talk to these two gentlemen right here. Now, I just want to quickly mention that Aemon has proven to be a very useful, very capable squire and a faithful and loyal follower of the Seven. So I think he's almost ready for knighthood, but we'll have to hold off on that just a little bit longer, because today's episode is all about the gentleman right next to him, Septon Eddard. Congratulations to being chosen to represent the aspect of the Smith on the Council of the Most Devout. I also want to thank Sir Sean the Impaler for his suggestion, and also for his awesome and long-time contribution to this channel. So as you can see, Septon Eddard, he's going to war with his mighty warhammers. He has a one-handed warhammer and a two-handed warhammer. We'll see what he likes to use best, but I think the one-handed is just kind of necessary for sieges, otherwise he will get knocked out immediately. And since he is going to act as our engineer, that obviously is not what we want. Now also, Eddard has a very bushy beard. He's a Northman. He was raised in the north, but he came to King's Landing with the king's entourage, Robert Baratheon, when he was still king. And he came to King's Landing, and then he converted to the Seven, and ever since he has been a very faithful servant of the Seven. He has been with us ever since the Northmen struck down the Sept of Baelor in King's Landing, and yeah, he has proven himself worthy enough to finally be a member of the Council of the Most Devout. So, congratulations once again. And there's a few more things that we need to talk about, especially concerning the Council of the Most Devout, because I've run into some problems, but I will show you in a second. Right now, we're in Salt Pans, and this is where one of the trade routes will start. And unfortunately, I could not find the goods merchant here, so I think we'll just have to leave this, go to the marketplace like that. And as the name suggests, Salt Pans produces a lot of salt, and of course, where you have an abundance of salts, it usually is quite cheap. So what I've been doing, or what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna sell or buy some of the salt, not all of it though, because I will be coming back shortly. So we'll buy a little bit of salt, and we'll now head on to some other castles and towns to sell this off. As you can see, we've paid about 820 coins, so let's just keep that in mind, because obviously we need to make sure that we actually make some money. So basic what I'm doing is I'm buying every salt in Salt Pans for under 200. I mean, the less it is, the better. The lesser it is, the better it is, but it doesn't really matter all that much. As long as it's under 200, you're bound to make a profit. So we're gonna head to Maiden Pool first, and we're gonna go ahead and sell a little bit of stuff here. So yeah, we bought it for we bought it for like what, 150 or something like that, and we can sell it for 226. It's not really a huge profit, but it does add up, and it is obviously a quite a short way. But I don't actually want to sell it in Maidenpool just yet, because we will get much better prices in Duskendale and King's Landing. So we'll move there quickly, and we'll sell stuff off here. It should be a little bit better, I think. So let me see. This is all grain. Yeah, so it's at least 20 better. I think I'll be selling off 2 here, which is still giving us better price than at Maidenpool. And I think the last 2 will sell off in King's Landing. I think that's probably the best course of action. Now, yeah, I think I should also talk a little bit about the skills of Septon Eddard. We'll have a look at him more in detail in a second, but I quickly would like to sell off this stuff here in King's Landing. And I think we might be being ambushed here. I'm not entirely sure. Yes, we have run into a trap. Well, we'll have Septon Eddard is going to get some action immediately, and our Squire protecting us as well. I hope that they're going to be able to do a good job. We'll, of course, have to help them out. Ooh, my Squire Aemon got knocked out. Now, that's not good. Come on. That's at least... Ah, nice block. Alright. This, I was really not prepared for. Alright. Septa and Eddard got knocked out as well. Well, this is not really a great start in this episode. But what can you do? Ah, these bastards. Oh well, that is not so nice, but this is what we're kind of used to. I mean, in the north, the faith... Ooh, there's still someone behind me. The faith of the Seven is not liked very much. I mean, we don't often encounter such open hostilities, but sadly, more than before. So anyways, we have actually made a little bit of money from that, but that is not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you the marketplace to sell off a little bit more salt here. So yeah, it's also a pretty reasonable price. I might... this is almost better if we were to sell this off in Duskendel again. I'm not really min-maxing this, but I guess I will keep one salt here, and we'll maybe sell that off in whole. Because, as you can see, our party, now Septon, Eddard is now being knocked out. We'll actually move him down a little bit. He is... I already showed you his gear, basically, but we'll have a more in-detail look here. He has a nice shield, 2 warhammers, he has a helmet, and the regular cloth tunic that all of the members of the poor fellas wear for now. So that's fine. He will probably upgrade, or will probably upgrade his armor soon. He might even, well, forge it himself. After all, he is the smith. But I would also like to talk about his skills. Now, he's a pretty beefy guy. I mean, his strength is quite up there, so he can certainly wear some stronger armor. His iron flesh and other stuff is good. I have given him some points in engineer, because he is going to be the one who is responsible for building the siege engines. I also gave him a little bit of foraging, because I felt like that fits for him, and I also gave him some trade. It just all kind of makes sense for the smith and his labor. He represents the labor, of course, and I think that all kind of makes sense. His weapon skills are decent, nothing too important, but pretty good overall. Now, I also beefed up. Obviously, a lot of our other characters have leveled up over the course of the last couple of days, but most importantly, he's probably bearing our parents. So let's have a quick look at his skills again. He now has a strength of 18. I think this is as high as it's gonna get, because as a lord, he has some other things that are important as well. So I think I will or I will level him up, or the next levels that he's gonna gain, I will put into intelligence, so we can give him some more skills. Like, most importantly, leadership, and I think a little bit of trainer, and maybe some pathfinding would be good as well, and perhaps even some power strike. I think this all could be useful. Also, maybe athletics. It's hard to tell. It's all kind of important, but we'll have to see. For now, however, he is strong enough to wear some better armor, and I've given him this light plate armor. I think this is good enough. He has some mail boots, mail gauntlets, a reinforced hound skull helmet, and he now also has a war lance, and I've given him a Destria that I have actually won in a tournament. So yeah, he's looking pretty good. As I said, we'll have to wait a little bit longer until we make him a lord, because I want him to be actually useful, right? Other than that, as you can see here, yes, I have 2 new characters. I have Septon Maiden and Septon Mother. Now, the problem that I have mentioned earlier is that there are actually 3 female companions in this mod. However, there's only one companion, or only one of those 3 companions you can rename, and therefore modify. So this companion I've already used up for Septa Unella, and I thought the other 2 companions I could change as well, and I can do it with Morg's editor. The problem is that will only affect newly started games and not save games. So yeah, essentially I cannot modify these 2 female characters anymore. So therefore the only thing I can do is have Septons represent these 2 aspects of faith. So we have this Septon who will represent the aspect of the maiden, and we'll have this Septon who will represent the aspect of the mother. Now there will be 2 pop-ups coming right now to show the people who I have chosen for those positions, because they were actually the only ones who who came up with a suggestion, and I would like you guys to come up with a new suggestion if you're still interested to be represented on the council. So you can now come up with a new character for your aspects. Of course, it now has to be a male, and I just want to give these two guys the first pick. I want to give them another chance, but if they don't want to make a new character, then it will be open for everyone to suggest again. The same rules will apply. The only thing that has changed is that they're now male. That is really the only thing. The Septon right here, he will be our archer. I've already given him this great longbow, and he will lead our archers into battle. He will also get to name them, and the Septon representing the mother is going to be more of our healer sort of thing, but also our ambassador. Anyways, that's just what I wanted to tell you guys, and now I think we'll continue our trade route. So next up, we're actually going to head over to Dragonstone, because I have some people in my levy that have fully leveled up, so they cannot gain any more experience. So what I've been doing is I have always I've picked up some weaker troops so I could level them up, and I've left the ones that are fully trained up in the garrison at Dragonstone. And yeah, we have quite a mighty garrison here, 180 troops, and in Claw Isle it's even more, but we'll have a look at that in a second. So let's make our way here real quick, and we will drop off these troops. So I have a mounted Reachman Sergeant. Now this one actually will upgrade to a knight, but for now just being mounted is good enough. So we'll just have him here, and we'll also give over the Andal Warrior. Now these knights you already knew. Then we also had a couple of hedge knights that I actually had to disband because they were being just so ridiculously expensive. Like this Hornhill Knight is costing us 100 dinars, but because he's in the garrison it costs only half. However, the hedge knights cost almost 300 dinars every week. And even in the garrison, that's still 150, so I just had to get rid of them because overall, at the end of the day, they're not really that good anyways. So, yeah. So, what we have 2 Knights and Vale Lancers. We have 25 Andal Warriors, our elite infantry force. We have some mounted Dragonstone Sergeant, a dismounted Reachman Squire. We also have a singer and a lute player. That was kind of an event. I found that funny that they joined us, so I've kept them around. They will sing Songs of the Seven, for sure. We also have Stormlander Hammermen. We have some Reachman Sergeant, Riverlander Sergeants. Now I think all of them can still level up to become Knights, but that is something we're going to focus on a little bit later. Alright, so that's perfect. I guess we could have a quick look at the Lord's Hall and see what kind of situation we're in concerning the treasury. Let's inspect it here. We have 9,000 dinars. Okay, that's pretty good. I have to put something in here from time to time because we're obviously still upgrading. Our Castellan is still upgrading troops in the Claw Island. He's been doing a really great job. I will show you in a second. But also because monthly, we're losing money monthly. It's not as bad as it used to be, but yeah, we're basically living from the money that we make from trade. Also, the High Sparrow is here, but I don't think I really need to speak with him right now. So let's get out of here and let's make our way over to the Claw Isle. So we're in a small party. I guess I could pick up a few more men, but I think it's fine. We'll just make our way here. I don't think we need any more troops right now. Fighting in as a smaller group, we're actually faster and thus able to catch more bandits, which then gives us money and, you know, from the loot. And also we will be able to upgrade our companions much faster, and that's very important. But yeah, let's check out the garrison here. You may have already seen it. Well, actually, yeah, it doesn't really show that well here, but it's about 300 people in the garrison. I have basically except for the Begging Brother and the Silent Sisters, only archers here. That will of course change before we go to war, but for now this makes it a little bit easier for me to train these up. So we have about 320 archers. That's pretty impressive, and that is enough archers to fill up both garrisons of Dragonstone and the Claw Isle, and still have some left for us to be taken on campaign, which is pretty good. But yeah, I think for now we will make our way back to Salt Pens, because this is the continuation of this trade route. So we have we started in Salt Pens, bought a little bit of salt to reduce, well, I guess I'm not sure if it works, but last time I did this, last time I only bought a little bit of the salt. We actually reduced the costs of the salt. Now here's two things that I want to do. First of all, I would like to fight these broken men, and secondly, I would like to ignore this. I would like to show you the skills of our men in battle, because they're really doing a great job. Now, for now, let's go ahead and have the poor fellas form a shield wall, because they are the bulk of our army, as you can see. Yes. Now, I'm not sure if Septa Unella is with us here. If so, we'll have her stay back, and the Septon that will represent the mother, you will have to stay back as well. Now, as for archers, we don't really have many. I think we only have one, and I guess if you count Sir Vlad as an archer, we have 2. Yes, so not really all that great, but I think it's fine. Our poor fellas, as I said, are the bulk of our forces. Where is Septon Jonathan? And I can't actually see him just yet. Well, let's have his men move forward. Where is he? He has this nice Pavis shield. I don't actually see him right now. Is that... No, this is a poor fella. I'm not entirely sure where he is, but I suppose he must be here somewhere. Oh, I think he's right there. Yes, right in the center of his group. Well, that's actually pretty smart. He has an overview over everything. He's not in the front, but he's also not lurking behind. Very smart indeed. Yes, you can see him right here. He has the two-handed sword slung across his back. Oh wow, and quite a few archers. They have actually done a really... They've been really smart. They've set up across the water. That is actually pretty smart. So we'll have our men charge in. Ooh, this could actually be pretty bad. Alright, let's have our archers, our infantry charge in, the poor fellas, because we need to close the gap quickly. Yes, this is important. And there goes our horse. Lancel's getting some kills. We need to make sure that these guys do not get to shoot. Ooh. Oh. And we might be suffering our first wound, or another wound. Oh no, what a terrible, terrible episode today. Wow. Whew. Okay, well that means we have now suffered another wound. That was quite foolish. Quite foolish of me to go into battle just like that. And there goes another Septon. Wow, these archers are pretty heavy. I'm not entirely sure if our infantry is going to be able to deal with this. I mean, they're certainly very smart, using the terrain to their advantage. Perhaps this was not the best idea that I've ever had. So here I was, foolishly trying to show you our might, our skill in battle, and I just completely botched it. Now this goes on me. Septon Jonathan and his poor fellows have nothing to do with this. They fought brilliantly, but it was just their commander, Sir Theodan, not really thinking straight. I think this whole talk of trade and making money is it's breaking my spirit. I'm here to serve the Seven, and having to do all these kinds of things is obviously not very nice. So, yeah. Also, I did not have my Squire with me in this battle. I've been used... I'm used to having him by my side, and now that he was wounded from the assassination attempt we suffered in King's Landing, I was just kind of confused. So overall, we actually lost quite a lot of men. I think 10 men went down, 10 of our really good men, which is very unfortunate, but we managed to upgrade some of them, so I guess that's good. Yeah, so that was quite bad. That was quite a terrible show. That, however, I'll take on my... responsibility. That was my responsibility. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to have to head back to Dragonstone. There's actually one more thing I wanted to do anyways, because I have a lot of foodstuffs in my inventory, and I actually wanted to drop that off in Dragonstone. I just kind of forgot. And then I don't know, I didn't even check how many crossbowmen there were. It was terrible. It was truly terrible, and I hope this will never happen again. And the problem is, we actually suffered a wound. So 2 out of 7 wounds we've already suffered. If we suffer 5 more wounds, we are dead, and the Council of the Most Devout will have to change a new knight to lead the Faith Militant. Hopefully it will not come to that, but if we're foolish like that, it might. Anyway, I think I will talk... Yeah, the Seneschal. No, was it the Seneschal? It might be. Yeah, let's talk to the household. Well, let's talk about the household, and we'll put a little bit of bread in here, I think. We'll have a little bit of grain too, because this is what I want. I want this to be filled up before we start any wars, because we won't be able to make money and we won't be able to get food very well during the war, so we might as well have it stocked up. We'll also probably go for a little bit of fish. I think that's good too. Alright, so fish, bread, a little bit of grain, maybe even some fruit would be sweet. Yes, I think so. Some cabbages, I could imagine, would be useful as well. Alright, so all of this, and we have a little bit of salt too. Okay, I think the rest we'll just kind of keep. I mean, I guess we could also go for a little bit more fruit. Yeah, why not? Let's have a bit more fruit and the rest we'll keep. That's fine. So that also allows us to buy a little bit more things. Good. So I wanted to do that. Whew. And I think, actually, never mind. Let's go back to the garrison. I probably have to now get a few more troops. I mean, these guys I can give up. And, yeah, I might... what kind of troops do I want to get? Probably the elite... No, probably just like the Dragonstone Men-at-Arms, like the regular kind of troops. Probably the best. Yeah, I think I'll pick up these men. That looks pretty good. We'll get you down. All right, and I think we will now continue our. Yeah, we'll continue this trade route. So we'll once again head on to Salt Pans and. Yeah, maybe we can encounter these guys again. I would like to have some sort of a revenge. The good thing is that our Septa Unella and this Septon right here, they have very good healing skills, so they are gonna get us. They're gonna get us all patched up very quickly, which I like. I guess we could also try and move a little bit faster. Just okay. Those the broken men. Oh yeah, there are. Okay, so we actually whittled them down quite a bit. If you remember, they had about 50 men. I think this is payback time. I want to finish them off now. And now I can't see them anymore. Oh wait, we did catch them. Good. All right, so maybe this time we can do it a little bit smarter. Now, in my defense, we had a terrible battlefield. So you know, I guess that counts for something. Anyways, let's have everyone in a shield wall, and this time we might not want to break the shield wall, because that's really the only way that these guys are going to be able to survive. So yeah, Septon Jonathan, I'm sorry that I have given you such bad commands last time around. This time I will leave this all to you. Actually, no, not you guys. My poor fellas, not the Council of the Most Devout. Yeah, anyways, I will leave this to you now, Jonathan. You can lead your men and do whatever you think is right. So we'll let them come a little bit closer, because if they we want them to cross the river, because if they don't do that, it's going to be too difficult for us. We're going to be slowed down quite significantly. All right, so we'll have our men. Can you attack? Okay, so our men are attacking the archer division. We'll have to be a bit careful. It seems as if our horse has not actually suffered anything, which I'm actually quite happy about. We'll have our warrior sons and holy 100 charge in like we did last time. Okay, this is looking much better. We're being much smarter. I like it. Okay, so we'll have to try and slow them down. As long as they can't fire, I'm actually not too concerned about this. Okay, so we're finally getting in some kills. Now this is what I kind of wanted to avoid, to get into the river, because our men are a bit slower, and so they might be able to get onto the other side fast enough and then shoot us. So I must stop them. I must stop them from shooting. But I think this man just killed someone. Let's take this guy out. It's at least, well, a little bit of revenge. I feel a little bit better now, I think. But it's sinful to think like this, and this is what these people make me think like this. I was a very pious man at the beginning of this war, at the beginning of this episode, but now I'm getting angry. I can feel it. But yeah, no man is free of sin, but at least I'm trying everything in my power to live a faithful life. Anyways, okay, we've won this. we took only 1 casualty, much better. So much better show today than last time. Okay, good. So we can now take these men prisoner. They will pay for their crimes, and we also get to upgrade some of our guys here. Good. So let's just make sure that you're all the way at the bottom. I don't really want you to be involved in too many battles. Septon, Eddard, and my Squire are still wounded quite a bit, but they will probably heal up soon enough. Okay, so we're gonna make our way back to Salt Pans once again, and there I would like to, of course, buy some more salt, and then we will make our way north, because this is where this is where the trade route continues. This was obviously just a small part that I wanted to show you, but there's obviously a much bigger part involved, and that is also the part that makes a lot more money. But as you can see right here, I'm not sure why this is happening, but after I bought this salt, right, the salt was we bought the salt for about 150 a piece. And now that I bought this, the salt is much cheaper. I really don't know why this is, but this is definitely something I'm going to be using to my advantage, because now we are able to make a lot more money from this. Perfect. So, I don't know how much time exactly we have already spent in today's episode, but I think it's a rather long one. So I suppose we will make a cut here, and we'll come back next time with the continuation of the trade route. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you next time.